Hey there guys, it's Wes888 here, and I'm back again with Satisfactory. Now, I did a bit of thinking, and I did a bit of research. I say a bit, or hardly any really. And I thought to myself, what would be the best way to actually get iron into ingots, and obviously get everything else manufactured? And now most people turn around and say the Manifold System, which is basically this system here. Obviously I haven't got any height, or I'd be able to show you from a height. Which basically comes down from the miner into a splitter, and so on, and so on, and so on. And then obviously it measures out the other end, and into storage. But maybe me, I thought, considering I'm only a low ranked, I've only got Mark 1 belts, obviously I've got the splitters and the mergers. I thought that'd be really ineffective. So I made my own design, or normal design, which obviously comes from the miner into a splitter, into another splitters, and back out. And then obviously on the other side goes from a mergers to another merger and back into stash box. So what I'm going to do, I've set up 2 lots of power, I think I only actually need 1, but I set up an extra one just in case. I put 50 lots of biofuel. So we're going to let this fuel burn, and we're going to see how it does. I'm going to see what we have once it runs out, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the power out for the miners and let it process the rest of what ore is. And we'll go from there. Now, obviously, before I do anything else, let's just make sure you guys can see that I've got nothing in any of these. At the same time. So they all have the same stuff. Now, I'm going to double check this because obviously I have to check power quickly earlier. Again, nothing in there. Nothing in there. Again, nothing in there. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. And obviously, if there was anything in the miners, the ore would already be coming out and being up there. So, still proof that there's something in them. Absolutely fine. So, if I'm right, this should power all of them. So like I say, I'm going to let the biofuel burn 1 per 10 minutes. Really? Well, we'll see how it does. Now, obviously, with the manifold, it is a bit closer. So, technically, the manifold should work a bit faster than, obviously, my system. But, my system is a bit more split. So, technically, it should get there a bit more evenly split. I'm hoping. So, what we'll see is that the power's bloody gone out. Because I've not got enough power. So what's happened now is everything's backed up, and now that means I've got a failed attempt. Fucker. Oh, joyous occasions. Joyous of all occasions. I've got to wait for all this to all come out now. And actually, if they're all out, it's going to make no difference. There'll be a bit of a stop and a start. So we'll let it all stop on that side and stop on that side. Okay. So they all have almost the same advantage. So just from this little bit, we'll just see. We've already got 5. and we've got 2 at the minute. Now, obviously the power cut out just on the part, so we're going to have to, really need to say. So even with just that 1 minute, we've already seen a slight difference. The manifold system, considering it's all closer, has done a lot more. But let's see if that's the case when it's fully running properly. So, you kidding me? I'm still got. That would help. I forgot to turn the switch that's on and going. So. It's going up slowly. And by the looks of it, and somewhere the manifold is beating it. Just for the fact each one has to start and stop each time. Apart from the first one. Technically, I shouldn't need a merger on that one at all, actually. But same goes for the one on that side. It wouldn't really need a merger, but if we expand at any point, we will need them. So yeah, it just helps to have them anyway. Obviously, this is where we're going to see the difference now with the mine. Now, in theory, this one hasn't actually been affected. Which, to me, this would be the slight problem, is that now and again you don't get it through as much. Whereas this one, you'd think it's a lot more continuous and going. So let's see. It's catching up slowly. And obviously I've tried to make them the same length on distance apart. Technically that one should be a bit closer, but I wanted to make sure that they're both exactly the same distance from as best I can. I should have had that one closer for actual results. So I think if I were to upgrade the movements, it'll be a bit better. So power's fairly steady on everything being made, everything being processed. Obviously, it's just the miners trying to keep up. So that's always full. So they get to a point that they cool down. How much fuel have I got left? Okay. So we'll let that run for a bit. Now we've got to see if there's any difference between them. And this will be a testament of how much difference there is. Now I do accept that that miner might have a bit more longer line than the manifold. But with the manifold having a shorter line, technically it should make it and process it a lot quicker than the hickory lot I've got going on at the moment. Unfortunately, I've not been able to create it the way I'd like to. So that's the only reason why. Now obviously if I'd had that line and the other line on the other side at 120 per minute, because obviously the miners are supposed to be able to produce 120 ore per minute, which means these will be a bit faster for the splitters, especially on this side anyway. On the other side, it'll just do what it needs to do. along down, and that's it. And then obviously on the way out, it would literally connect here on a 120 line, or technically it could stay on this 100 on the 60. But I'd probably make them both 120 on both sides and turn that to 120 as well. But I don't have that material at the moment, so for a test later on, it'd have to be some other point. So like I said, we're going to see how much ore we get from these to see which one has indeed made the most. Or at least hope to see which one's got the most made anyway. So they both should be the same time because they both started at the same time. Obviously that one had technically a 5-star while that one had only 2, so we'll compensate that because of the muck up slightly. Or we'll say at least the first 100 on both sides are the definitive, not so much. Right, so they technically should all be done. Technically they should as well. That's got no more ore. And they're popping the last few in. So hopefully we'll see if there's any difference in them. That one's done. So about 9 or 10 extra on this side compared to that side. So that's made 373. Exactly the same. If we were to minus the extra 10, which that one had to put through, technically the manifold system, even at a start level, is a bit better. I will admit, it does look nicer than the system I've got here. But there we go, at least we've been able to say which one actually does work a bit better. Even though technically I haven't got this in the best way placed design that I could have it in. So yeah, technically manifold's a bit better, but I'm still going to go with my hickory-pickory one. It might end up working a bit better at some point. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of inkling information. In theory, yes, the manifold system is a bit better, but I still prefer my other design. Like I say, unfortunately I've had to quickly put all this onto concrete to sort it all out, and it's having to go to the side a bit. So if that wasn't in the way, or if I had a bit more over that way, I could have tested it better. Same, or if I had built it there instead, we might know what the difference would have been. And why is that stopped all of a sudden over this side? No power. I'm out of power. No, I'll sort out some other time. Anyway guys, like I say, hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please do hit that like button. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. I'm going to try and do some more tests on some different things. Hopefully they'll be a lot better than the one I just done, but at least it does give you an idea of exactly which one's a bit quicker. So technically in quickness, it'd be the manifold compared to the hodgepodge job I've got here. Like I say, unfortunately if I could, I should have had that moved more over, and then it would have been a better test. But I will do another test of this at some point, and probably do it with the Mark II belts, maybe even the Mark II minor. So we'll test it, see which one's a bit better for speed, and yeah, to see which one's going to do the job a lot better and a lot easier. Anyway guys, Thanks for coming along. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you all on the next episode, guys. Bye for now.